On October 17, 2018, cannabis was legalized in Canada. This means adults can grow, buy, and use cannabis. But like alcohol and tobacco, there are rules around how much, where, when, and how we can buy and use it. In 1923, cannabis was placed in the same drug category as cocaine and opioids. At first, it didn't matter because only a few Canadians used cannabis. Most people didn't know much about it, except what they might have read in the media about the United States. But over time, cannabis use increased and became an important part of 1960s and 1970s subcultures in North America. An increasing number of people in the US and Canada were arrested and charged with drug offenses. In 1971, a war on drugs was declared in the United States, but it was Black people, Indigenous people, and other people of color who suffered the most, even though white people used cannabis at the same rates. In fact, Black and Indigenous people were 3 to 9 times more likely to be arrested for cannabis possession. These injustices were expressed in the emerging hip-hop culture and music scene of the 1980s. In Canada, for a while, there was some talk of decriminalizing cannabis, but in the end, more and more people suffered legal and social problems. In 1986, Canada declared its own war on drugs. It would take 30 more years for our legal system and society to wake up to the racism, poverty, injustice, and other harms caused by criminalization and stigma. Today, Canadian advocates want people to know more about the long, complex history of cannabis use from ancient times to the present. They want people with criminal records to be pardoned. They also want people who choose to use cannabis to know how to use it safely, especially underage youth.